Okay, guys, Bane of
So
Games.
he,
We just got some unfortunate news.
it's a tragic day for.
We are renaming the server
Oh my god.
to add
Are we just
server
um?
because
So longtime viewers know.
if you remember, we talked about a man named Atburger, and a great man, a wonderful man,
Yeah,
who
he really was.
we found out about from his
Googling,
video,
or looking up on YouTube, guy
guy
falling
falling
out
out
of
of wheelchair.
wheelchair,
Yes, yep. And
and
we check
we
up on him.
laughed.
We check up on him. Yeah, we laughed.
Let's give him the whole story
And you know what? Sue them.
for those
You
who
know
don't
what? Sue us for laughing. Okay?
sue us for laughing
Sue
out of a
us
guy
for
falling out of a
laughing. Please
wheelchair.
do it. Because at the end of the
Because
day,
you know what? It wasn't even real. Because the whole point
it
of
wasn't
him
real.
falling out of the
It was
wheelchair,
a
we found the whole video, and it actually was for a
it was a publicity stunt.
publicity stunt.
It was to raise
That's the word I'm looking
awareness for
To
better
raise
wheelchair
awareness
accessibility
in the
in the Netherlands. I love this
yeah
that on the XP bar there's like a compass
yeah.
now to your fellow guy. That's awesome.
Oh,
Um
that's what it's for.
so Adburger, who we've talked about before on this channel, one of
Yes.
our role models, we found out about him falling down and we laughed, and then we felt really bad about laughing because he was old, and we were like, what if we're laughing at a dead guy? And then we went
And
and
so
we
we
did a
looked
whole
him
bunch
up.
of research. We found out that he was dead, and then months later we found out that he actually wasn't dead and we were mistaken. And then ever
Yes.
since then, we've been looking into his life, and we've been realizing that he was actually like a really great guy, and we've been doing all this
Saint.
stuff. He was a
Actual
saint.
saint.
He was an actual saint. He was amazing.
He
And
he in his 20s, he moved to Africa for a couple years to help impoverished uh, people living there, and give them uh, medical aid. I think it was just
something
doing
like
what
that,
he
yeah.
could.
He was doing
And
great things.
he actually got polio
He got polio
from being in Africa,
and
and that's
lived.
how
He
became
lived, bitches.
he lived.
I don't know if I can say that. He
And
lived.
that's how I believe that's sort of how he became paralyzed. He was doing
It
okay for
is.
a while, and
Well, he
as
couldn't
he got
walk for a
older,
little bit, and then he got extensive physical therapy, and then he was able to walk again.
yeah. But then as he grew older, it sort
Then
of
it
caught
came
up to
back,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so then
He's a former
before
city council
recording,
member of the city of Utrecht in the Netherlands.
yeah. So
I
before
believe
we
he ran
started
for mayor.
recording, I made a joke, add server. Like we should rename this server add server.
Yes.
And it was a joke. It was just a little silly joke. And then I was like, you know what? It's been like a couple months, I think, since we checked
We
in
should
with
check up
ad.
on him
Let's do an ad
because you
check.
never know.
I was kidding around. I was like, oh, it's just an
Yeah, we
ad
were like,
check.
"Oh,
Oh,
that's fine."
classic us. We're doing an ad check.
Yeah.
To my
Whatever.
dismay, Ad Burger has unfortunately passed away. And
I just can't.
it's insane. I thought that my eyes deceived me, but no, they weren't.
I honestly didn't believe you for like 2 minutes.
In March,
I honestly thought you were pulling a bit on me.
yeah. I would never joke about that, but grieve how you may. Yeah, in March of 2025, Ad Burger sadly passed away. We don't know how because the article is behind a paywall, but and look, ad is worth the money, but it was a Dutch website and we couldn't figure it out.
We couldn't really
figure it out. But in time, maybe we can figure it out and read the whole article because ad.
We've been working on some shit. We'll be fine.
Ad very much deserves the respect of us knowing everything about what they wrote. But
and we're distraught. We're going to visit Utrecht eventually.
We need to.
We need to. That's a lifelong goal of mine. It's on my bucket list for sure.
Yep. So, this episode And frankly, every episode following this episode for the rest of time, and honestly, every episode before this episode, is dedicated in loving memory to Adburger, our mentor, who didn't
Yeah.
know us, but
Is it possible we start out the video with like maybe just a black screen and in loving memory of Adburger, 1929 to 2025.
sounds like a lot of editing. Well,
Like just text with a black screen to start out the video.
I could see if I could do it in YouTube,
Maybe.
like locally in YouTube. I could see if we could do that. I'm just gonna add signs stating that this is Casperg because that's what this server was called, but we're renaming it to add server, obviously, in memory.
Yes.
So just we need to make it known that this is
It's Casperg.
Casperg. Oh.
Okay.
Casperg.
Man, this just kind of put me in a mood, man.
I know. I was excited for the ad check because I was like, it's gonna be another day of finding out that he's alive and well.
We need to persevere for Ad. Ad wouldn't want us to,
He wouldn't want us to despair, and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
And we know that he wouldn't too. That's something that's so great about
that's how
Ad.
selfless he is, man. That's
Right.
how, he does it. Ad is for the people.
And guys, look, we're not kidding either.
Dude, I'm actually not.
This sounds like a bit.
Like he's actually
genuinely he's not just mythos. This man was actually a saint.
He's pathos.
He's pathos.
He makes me feel something.
Yeah, man. Fuck. It's been a bad week, chat.
It's been. Yeah, no, I need to lock in, man. It's day one off the vape for me.
Yeah.
It actually, it hasn't been that bad, honestly. Like,
okay.
I went to the gym today. It's actually great. I need to go more. Here's what it is. I need to go by myself because whenever I go with somebody, I just get nothing done.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Because we talk too much, and then I feel like I should go alone for most of the time.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
I can't get my mind off Ad, man.
Dude, it's just...
We need to move on, though. We can't... look, Ad would want us to stay ourselves, and that was one thing that was so great about him. Yeah, it's been quite an eventful week, guys.
I've passed 3 days. I've been playing Sims 4 all day. That's how you know it's bad.
Oh yeah, dude. That's how you know it's fucking rough.
That's how you know it, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been playing so much Sims 4. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's get into my airport predicament. Okay, so I was in Minnesota for this past week.
Yes.
Yes, you were.
It's clutched up.
I was in Minnesota for this past week. Visiting family and going to see some sports. We went to the Twins game, which they're sucking right now, but it's fine because it was still really fun. And it was a great time. It was fun. Hung out with all sorts of family and everything. Here's the kicker. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was feeling good, right? I was like I low key fixed my sleep schedule there.
Hell yeah, that's great.
Because we got there late on Thursday night, and I had to fall asleep. I just kind of fell asleep when we got there, which was relatively early, especially for me. And then the next night I just kind of kept that up. So I was going to bed at like 12 Minnesota time.
Wow.
Minnesota time. I was going to bed at like 12. And then, over the trip it started to go up a little bit. I started going to bed at like 2 Minnesota time, but still our time that's 12. So
Yeah.
I was like pretty happy with myself because before this trip I was going to bed at like 4 a.m.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, it was going well, and
Yeah.
feeling good. Stuff wrapped up. It was time to go. Our flight was scheduled for
Yeah. Let me see.
I want to say 7:20 p.m. Yeah,
Yes.
it was
I
scheduled
I
for like
already
7:20.
know about
Yeah,
most of this,
it was scheduled
so
for like
I'm trying.
7:20
Yeah.
p.m. and we were ready to head to the airport. We were hanging out. We got some
Right.
Culver's, which is the
Well, I've never had. Is Culver's good?
it's so good.
Is it?
It's actually
Damn,
amazing. It's
bro.
the
Bro.
Midwest's In and Out.
I can't believe they're landlocking fast food, bro.
I know it's actually so tragic because it's the Midwest's In
Yeah.
and Out, and like I'm not saying it's better than In and Out, but like I when I'm there, I go there a similar amount to In and Out, to where it's just like anytime that we want to get food, it's on my mind.
Culver's.
Culver's. So we went there. We were hanging out. Doing shit. Our cousin came
Yeah.
over, and he was like gonna give us a ride to the airport. And then while we're sitting there, waiting for the time to come to head to the airport, we get a notification that our flight has been delayed for like 2 hours, and it wasn't gonna leave until 9:20 p.m. And I was like,
It's
okay,
like, yeah,
that
okay,
kind of
no big
sucks, but it
deal.
was a little
It
bit of a
is.
blessing in disguise at the time, because it was like, oh shit, okay, well, we didn't think that we were gonna get to see our little cousins again, before we left, and then we were able to. So the little kids came over and we were hanging out, we were watching videos and stuff. Um, and
Oh
then we head
yeah.
to the airport. It's like 6:30. We head to the airport to get there, and then flight got undelayed a little bit. It was then slated to leave at like 8:59, and it was like okay. Um, and then we're sitting at the airport. It's been probably maybe like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Which, by the way, we don't have anything to
Mhm.
do in Minecraft. I can't think of anything that we're doing. We're just kind of talking because we have so much to talk about.
All
Um,
right, this is our podcast. It's
yeah.
fine.
Should we like
This is just like
should we like m-
background stuff.
should we like mine or something just to pass the time?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna actually I need diamonds. Don't I have? I need some armor.
Um. So, anyways, yeah. Then it was slated to leave at like 8:59. We were hanging out, and then like 30 minutes to an hour
Oh, goodness.
before we were slated to board, we get another notification that
Yeah.
um our flight has been delayed again, and we were now slated to leave. I think the scheduled takeoff was 1:25 a.m.
Wow.
And that's a lot. It's about
That's a lot of
six and a
time.
half hours after, maybe six, just
Yeah.
like 6 hours after the original scheduled time.
Yeah. So what did you
Um,
guys do? Did you just stay at the airport?
yeah, so we were like, you know what? We were looking for other alternative flights to see,
Yeah.
but there just weren't any. So it was like, okay,
Dang,
fucking
man.
whatever. It's gonna suck, but we'll be there at least. So, who
Yeah.
gives a shit? And then I go to the bathroom, and because I have to go to the bathroom, so I just get up and go to the bathroom, and then as I'm walking back to my seat, I see a guy in a Trump hoodie, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking stupid. And then I was gonna bring it up to uh my family when I was going back to sit down. I was like ready to be like, guess what I just saw. And then I pull up my phone as I'm going to sit down, and I see a text from my mom. Our flight is canceled. And then I get a text from Delta saying that,
Uh,
oh, we're sorry, your flight has been canceled. So we were sitting at
I
the
don't think I've
airport.
ever had a.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of someone having their flight canceled.
yeah. Just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So we had been sitting in the airport for maybe what, like 3 hours maybe. Um,
Yeah.
and then our flight just gets canceled. So we don't know really what to do because they automatically rebooked us on separate flights, with me and my brother, which also we were flying direct from Minneapolis to California. We were flying direct,
Hmm.
and it's like a 4 something hour flight. Let's go mine it down here. We made a mine hole down
Yes.
here. Um, so it's like a 4 hour flight straight up nonstop from Minneapolis to California.
Mhm.
So then we are like, oh shit, okay. Well, let's go and look and see any other nonstop. And we're flying first class because my dad was worked in the aircraft industry, so he has a lot of like miles and stuff.
Yep.
So we usually tend to fly first class, and so we're looking for first class nonstop to California from Minneapolis, and we're not really finding anything, which
Hmm.
kind of to be expected. It's a lot of parameters nonstop first class, but still is like, man, like there should be something. So then we have to get a hotel, obviously, because we aren't just going to stay in the airport overnight, and they gave us a free hotel voucher because they canceled our flight. And then eventually it's decided that we're just going to stick with the flights that they rebooked us on. Here's the
Hmm.
thing that sucked about that. The flights that they rebooked us on, they were first class, which is cool, but they were not
Yeah.
nonstop. Oh, diamonds. So
It's all you.
me and my brother got got put on a flight to Seattle,
Yeah.
which is not California.
No,
And so it's like a 3.5
not very
hour
close.
flight to Seattle,
Yeah.
which is pretty long. I mean, that's about as long as it was going to take just to get just straight from
It's a
California.
sizable flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 3.5 hour long flight to Seattle. So we're like, shit, okay. I mean, we're just going to have to do this. And then a relatively short layover, credit to them. We got a pretty short layover. It wasn't difficult to make our flight or anything.
Hmm.
But then we have to fly from Seattle to California, and that was about a 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah.
So about 6 hours of flying time instead
Yeah. Not
of the
fun.
4 hours that it would have been with
Yeah.
the nonstop flight.
That's about a little longer, but about the flight from California to Hawaii
Yeah. And not
or
to mention
California
the
to New
extra
York.
time spent not flying where you're sitting on the plane waiting for everybody else to
Yeah.
board, waiting
Exactly.
to board yourself, doing all this stuff. That's a sizable amount of time. So probably closer to 7, maybe 7.5 hours.
Of just being in
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We left.
airport.
Our plane took off around 11 a.m. Minnesota time, which is 9 a.m. California time, and we landed around, I want to say, 3:30 p.m. California time. So
Okay.
like 6.5 hours total. So maybe I'm exaggerating a
Yeah.
little
It's
bit. I don't
just.
know, but I mean, just not fun, especially when we were supposed to be home at like what 9 p.m. California time the night before.
Yeah.
So it was not. It was less than ideal. Obviously not a ton to complain about in first class. The flights themselves were fine, but I, me, I don't
I do.
get mad really. I
No.
get like fake mad.
I
I
don't.
get
I
mad as
don't
like a
think.
bit.
I don't think either of us really do.
Yeah. I get mad for a bit. I get fake mad, if I think it's funny. Like I'll get mad about like them changing a skin's name in Fortnite as a joke, right? I don't really get
Yes.
mad. I cannot remember the last time that I was that upset. Like I was nonverbal. Like
Man.
my family was talking about stuff. Dude, like I'm surprised that TSA didn't like stop me and be like, "Dude, you look like you're up to something like bad." Like that, like dude, I was so upset because I was tired and I wanted to go
Yeah,
home, and I was
no.
so excited because my sleep schedule was finally going to get fixed, and I had stuff scheduled for today that I had to just cancel because our flight was canceled. Um, and yeah, I mean, it really sucked, and I mean, I posted like on my story, I was like, I hope that Delta goes bankrupt, and I still do believe that because um, I was saying to my brother, I was like, look, I'm already radicalized, a sizable amount. But if I were not, this would have radicalized me. This would have been the moment that
And
I would be like,
yeah,
the corporations
I
don't care
gotta agree
about
with you.
us.
Yeah.
You know, they don't give a shit. They don't
The guy with the
understand.
Trump hat took it off, man.
Dead ass. Well,
He
he was
might
on a
have.
different flight too, so fuck
Mm,
him. Still.
yeah.
Um.
He
So
was probably going to
yeah, man, I
Nashville.
was really, really upset. To the point that I haven't really been many times before. I actually I was reminded when I was a kid, my parents love hiking, so they would take us on
Yeah.
hikes every Saturday, and I hated it so much. I don't love hiking, and there was
I like
one
hiking in moderation.
yeah, but I so there was one morning where cuz they would wake us up early as fuck.
Uh,
And it's the weekend. Like I don't want to do that.
you're right. I don't even
So,
play
you
games.
know, they wake me up and I was just throwing a tantrum. I was so upset. I was so mad, and I was like screaming at them. I wasn't throwing a tantrum just like upset at the situation. I was like screaming at them, you know? Like if I like
Yeah.
the type of screaming that like if I had anything other than white parents, like I might not still be alive, but thankfully, you know, um thankfully, I don't
That was
know.
a good one. I like that.
Thank you. Um yeah, so they instead of, you know, beating me up, I guess, as the alternative, they sent
Yeah.
me to anger management therapy. Um, which I have to say, anger management therapy. Obviously, I was a kid, so I'm not going to be speaking for the vast majority of anger management therapy recipients here. But from my
Yeah.
personal young experience, that shit was dope. Um,
Really?
Yeah, they hooked me up to like some X-Men Cerebro looking thing on my brain, and it was analyzing like
Yo.
my brain waves. And then I played a game. There was a game where I had to calm
Uh,
down, and once I got like a certain amount of calm, the character in the game would start to progress. So like I had to learn how to
dude, that's
control
kind of
my emotions.
awesome.
Like it's genuinely some like Jedi Order training shit where I had to learn how to control my emotions and shit. It was so cool. And like for years after that, I was kind of chasing that high. I was like, Mom, can we buy that game? Um, I never got it, but dude,
We hit bedrock.
okay, fuck yeah. Um, so yeah, just I never really had a problem with getting mad. Other than that, there was one time that I like hit my friend with my backpack in school. So like that's another time that I
Hmm.
got pretty mad. Um,
I
but that
I can
wasn't
think of some, maybe a couple moments on just the NBA 2K where I was crying because I was so mad that like the game sucked and like I was upset.
yeah,
But
which is fair.
never like any time. I don't know. I can't think of a time where I was like externally angry and like lashed out at somebody.
Yeah,
There have been times where I was mad, but I never did anything about it and I moved on pretty quickly because it's not worth it to me.
yeah. But I was so mad that I was like, I wanted to go out and like on some daredevil shit, just start beating fuckers. And first off, I was like,
Now what?
is this what Xavier feels like all the time? Like maybe I judged him too harshly. Which if he does, that man needs to get some help. because that is not
Yeah.
healthy. Uh,
No.
but genuinely though, I was like, we were getting in an Uber, and I was like, is there like is there somewhere that we can pull over and I can just let it out and just fucking yell, like just from the core of my heart, just scream because I was so upset. So that was last night for me.
Yes.
That was pretty terrible. Um, Obviously, first world problems. You know, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, this is the worst thing going on in the world. My flight was delayed. It's not crazy. You know, I'm
Yeah, but
fine.
it's still your
It
life, you
does
know.
suck.
It does still
You
this
know,
does still
and I
matter.
am,
It's not like it doesn't matter.
yeah, and I am as well scared of flying. Um, a solid amount scared of flying. Not like crippling, but it's hard. Um, because
I'm there with you. Yeah, it's not a cakewalk.
yeah, I fall into the boat of flyers that are scared because they've listened to the Seth MacFarlane 9/11 story too many times. You know that story?
Yeah, I do. I've heard that one.
I fall into the category of flyers that like every time I get on a flight and anything happens that could possibly stop me from getting on the flight, I'm like, this is a sign. And like this is gonna be the 9/11 plane that I wasn't supposed to get
Yeah.
on.
Like
That like
this is going to be the accident plane of
right.
the every 5 years.
This is gonna be the accident plane that like, you
It
know,
happens once every
somebody's gonna
decade.
be like, oh yeah, this happened and I didn't get on, and the same thing happened to me, but I did get on. So I'm that kind of,
Yeah.
you know, flyer. And it's weird that I have that specific fear because it does not actually come out that way, because once we take off and are in the air, I'm fine. Like
That's actually true.
I don't like get I'm not scared anymore, which is really weird.
It's the moments before. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
It's the moment after you check in, after you go through TSA, and you're just waiting in the little, you know,
yeah.
the station. I don't know where they sit down. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
Boarding station. I don't know.
I also want to note, oh, the gate, yeah. I also want to note um I also have pretty bad stomach issues sometimes, especially sometimes surrounding flying. Flying has induced some of my worst, you know, stomach moments. And so
Ooh.
I have a Zofran prescription that sometimes if I'm feeling uneasy, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a Zofran as a preemptive thing so that I don't feel super sick on this plane, and I can have a solid experience. And I was feeling kind of that way because usually I like earlier morning flights because then I don't have to eat. Because if I
Yeah.
eat, then there's actually something to feel sick from.
Hmm.
So usually I like earlier morning flights because then I don't have to eat, and then there's, you know, not as much risk of feeling sick. But this was a night flight,
Smart.
so I did have to eat. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a Zofran because I'm a little bit nervous because I had to eat earlier, and so there's still stuff in my stomach, etc. So I took a Zofran, and then the flight got delayed and then canceled, and it was like, okay, so I just wasted a Zofran, and like I don't, you know, I have a prescription. I don't have a ton of Zofran. You know, I have like 10, and you
Really?
know, I'm not really supposed to take one like you know, it's supposed to be like maybe a once a month thing, you know, where it's like if you're
Yeah.
having stomach
Really?
problems beyond that, we should get you on something else like more permanent. Um and so it's like I need to use it sparingly, so then I'm like I just wasted this shit. And that really sucked. Um yes, that was a bummer. Basically, there's not much else that I have to specifically complain about. Um it was just a really annoying situation, honestly. Yeah, it was just really, really terrible. We went to the hotel. I do want to give
Yeah.
a shout out to my goat Joshua. My goat Joshua,
Shout out Joshua.
the Uber Eats driver,
Shout out
who
Joshua, Uber
at
Eats driver. My
like
God,
11 p.m.
excellent.
went
What a
out and got
hero.
us Wendy's because we ordered it.
Hero.
And also, by the way, came up to our hotel room door. We didn't even have to go
Oh
down to
my
the lobby to
God.
get it.
My God.
We didn't have to go get it from the lobby.
What a patron.
I know. I tipped him. Tipped him real well.
Patron of the arts, man.
I would have gave him my tip, honestly, if he so asked, because that was so nice of him. I got a chocolate frosty.
If he asked,
Ooh,
man.
there's a spawner. There's a monster spawner. Yeah,
What
I got a
fun.
chocolate
Insane.
frosty, and I got some nugs, and I got some fries, and you know that was about it. And for a minute, for just a little bit, I'm just gonna mine this spawner. It was a spider spawner. You can't really do shit with those.
Man, you're getting me hungry right now.
For a minute, while eating, I did forget. I forgot about the whole situation for a minute.
Mm, yeah.
And then it was really depressing when I once again remembered, and I was stricken. I was like, "Oh my god, how terrible." But all in all, it wasn't a terrible night. Um, I binge
Right.
watched Tony Stadavici God of War videos. Shout out Tony Stadavici.
W.
And I just ended up going to sleep. And look, I mean, not a bad night. Not a terrible day, I guess. A long day. Certainly. Certainly a long day. But not terrible. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I was watching stuff. I read like, you know, a decent amount of my
Mhm.
book and everything. But I'm just, you know, I'm just done.
Yeah.
Just done. It was a really
I
it
would be
was a
too.
tough ordeal there.
I would be extremely just over it.
Yeah. So, you know, rough couple of days. The news about ad, and then you know, this happened last night.
I also have a story. I don't think I told you this actually.
Okay.
So this was, what day was this? Man, maybe 4 or 5 days ago. I think this was Wednesday night. Yes, last Wednesday. So I decided that you know, this was, you're gonna call me stupid, and it was stupid. You know, I had one joint left
Okay.
in my roster,
Right.
and I decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna finish.
No
I'm just
shot you
gonna
solo
finish it
tackled it.
off. Huh?
No shot you solo tackled it, right?
Solo tackled it. How?
The joint. You smoked the whole thing yourself?
I didn't smoke the whole thing. It was only half a gram, so it actually wasn't that
Okay.
much. Like 2/3 of it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go for a little drive, and then I'm gonna park somewhere, and then I'm gonna smoke this joint. And I'm just gonna stay there for a while, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be chill. It's gonna be relaxing. It's gonna be fun. And so, you know, I'm on a like a little. I'm near Robert Parked. Near that you know, that facility. I don't want to dox myself.
Yeah.
um but you know, I'm around there, and
Yeah.
it's about probably 11 p.m.
Okay.
Actually no, it's probably about 10 p.m. um you know, it was a kind of a long day. I was working with my dad. I was digging holes for about 4 hours, which was kind of exhausting, but planting in plants. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take the edge off a little bit, and it's the last one I have, so you know. And uh, so I smoke it, and it hits me like honestly instantly, and and I'm like, oh my god, this is not good. Like I immediately like am getting paranoid as hell. I'm getting so paranoid. Like it's bad. Like I think like someone I hear like I don't know, I still don't know if this was real, but I swear I heard like people laughing. Like it was really
You had
bad.
like a YouTube video on and you just didn't know.
No, it wasn't that. And um and so I go to leave and my car was off at this point. I brought some food with me. I didn't even want to eat it though,
Yeah.
but I was just I was watching a little bit of YouTube, and my car was off. And so I'm like I start panicking. Like I don't think I've ever had a panic attack,
Mm-hmm.
but that is the closest I've probably had to having one.
Yeah.
Um and so I go to you're not going to believe, I go to start my car, it doesn't start. And
The worst thing to happen when you're high.
and so I figure that it's probably my battery, and luckily I had my portable jumper on me. So while being quite baked, I open my hood, I pop that sucker on there, hoping it has enough charge to at least jump it, and it does. I start my car up, it's loud, and I'm paranoid that it's loud and that people can hear me. Because I am a little, I'm kind of far from a neighborhood, but still, um, it was just really, I was still really paranoid. Um, and so I immediately just like go home, just go home. Um, and that drive home, I was still like panicking, really, like, that drive home probably felt like about an hour long. Like it felt like an hour,
Jeez.
and it was probably realistically like 12 minutes. Um, and so I am just like, when I get home, I'm like, oh my god, I probably smell like weed. I probably smell like weed. I hope I'm just like geeking out. I immediately just like dash to my room, like hoping that I don't like trace the smell of weed anywhere,
Yeah.
while trying to be like silent because my mom is still sleeping on it. And I don't think my dad was home yet, which I was very lucky because I thought he might have been, but you know. Anyways, so I just go in my room and I was just so paranoid for like the next like 30, I don't know, I don't really remember how long it was, but just like 30 minutes. And I kept thinking my dad was gonna like come into my room and find out because he could smell me, and like I was just so parent because I could honestly smell it uh on myself a little bit,
Yeah.
which was what really had me like worried. Like I could smell it on my breath, and I'm like, shit. Should I have stayed? Did I need to wait longer? And I'm like, I was just so paranoid, like. And then I just started like thinking of myself like so negatively. It was weird. Like it was
Been
just
there,
the
dude.
worst. It was just the worst experience that I've ever had being high, and I'm like, just like never again,
Yeah,
never
it's shit
again,
like that that made me quit,
never
honestly.
again, just never again.
Yeah. What made me quit was a day in
It just makes me
December.
so paranoid.
Yeah. Well, cuz I had quit. I had been off weed for like month and a half maybe. because we had
Yes, no,
thought,
same for me. It was like 2 months since I had
yeah,
last even.
we had thought that maybe the weed was what was causing my stomach issues. So
Hmm.
I've been off weed for like maybe a month and a half. But the problem was is that the thing that we suspected was the culprit of the stomach issues can only be confirmed or denied by just smoking and seeing if it, you know, is consistent with that. Um, and
Yeah.
it had been that long, and we really, it was at the point where we were like, okay, yeah, we don't think that it's actually this, but let's test it. And it had been a while since I got high, and my friends were still getting high all the time, and I felt left out, and it was, they
Right.
weren't hanging out as much with me because I wasn't getting high and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
which I don't hold against them because it's it's just that's just kind of how it
Yeah,
is.
if
You
that's
want to
what
be
they want to
around
do,
people. Yeah,
yeah, if that's what they want to do, like,
yeah, you want to
you
be
know,
around people that are in the
nothing
same
wrong with
mental
that, but
state as
it's
you.
just, yeah.
Um, but I went home, and I mean I was so nervous. I mean it was a recipe for disaster because I was so anxious because I'm so scared of feeling sick. It terrifies me, and
Hmm.
so I was like kind of psyching myself up, being like, come on, come on. So I took a hit of CBD, my CBD cart,
Uh-huh.
um, and I felt fine. So I was like, okay, we're good. So then I took like a big hit of my THC cart, and dude, the second my vision started to, because when you get high, like your vision can get like a little bit fuzzy and stuff like that, and like stuff
Yes.
starts
Yeah.
moving around. It's like not like a dizzy moving around, but it's like it's like
Yeah.
it's how being dizzy would be if being dizzy didn't make you feel dizzy. Like it's just the
Exactly. Yeah.
visuals of being dizzy.
Right.
The second that started happening, I started getting so anxious because I was like, I don't want this actually. I was like, oh no, I actually don't want to be seeing this stuff. I'm actually good. Like I was actually kind of chilling
Yeah.
before when like, everything was stationary and, looking normal.
Right. Like, I don't want things moving. I'm
Yeah, I don't
good.
really want things moving. I don't really want all this, But, you know, when you're in.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do. So I was just so anxious for that entire night, and I tried, you know,
Yeah.
doing
No, it was
comfort stuff.
just,
I tried
it was
watching a comfort
bad.
movie. I tried watching the Avengers, um,
No,
and it just wasn't working.
what I did was I called Zach.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I just did
yeah,
because I remember thinking that, just having the feeling that my it was laced. Like, dude, I swear this was laced, bro.
yeah.
Which,
I
hey,
mean,
man, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, you never
To
know,
this
but
day, maybe it was, because I mean those were some feelings that I had felt to a degree on weed, but never to that extent.
yeah,
It was just, I thought, I mean, for a couple for a while there, I thought like maybe this is it, bro. Like, bro, is this how I go?
yeah.
I don't. I just get so
No,
paranoid
yeah. I
when
can't blame you. I
I'm
felt
on
like
it.
that.
Yeah, I just get so paranoid.
Yeah, man.
And the
It's just
reason
not
why
fun.
is also because my heart was just beating so fast too. So I'm like, am I gonna have like a heart attack, bro?
Yeah.
Whenever I smoke, it's like my heart beats so
Yeah.
fast.
It either
A
beats
lot,
so fast
sometimes.
or like so slow.
Yeah, it's either so fast or so there's no in between.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing
Luckily,
with me
the
is like,
cooldown. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Luckily, it just the cooldown of that night was okay. I think I watched, some like Terraria video.
Mm,
Um, and I was eating, and that made me feel better, and then I went to bed. So, but
yeah.
I think, yeah, I was still, because I could honestly still like sort of taste it on my breath the next morning, actually.
Oh, that's
which
the
still
worst.
had me slightly worried, but um, it was fine. I was just like, I was just so done.
Yeah. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that was kind of the thing for me was I was just like, oh, I've realized that I'm actually like totally cool with being in my right mind. Like I'm actually kind
yeah,
of like totally cool with that. Yeah, I mean it was really weird cuz like for so long it had just been like a thing of like, oh yeah, I like getting high. Um
hmm
but I don't know. I just a switch just flipped in me that made it so that
I feel like that's exactly what happened with me, man.
yeah, it just suddenly it's not
It's just
not only
not
something that I don't
enjoyable.
like anymore, it's not it's like scary.
I don't know if it's necessarily like scare. I mean, I guess it is,
It's scary to me for sure.
but
Like
I just, I
I'm
just,
scared of
I won't do it.
yeah. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared of feeling that way like even on accident. Like I'm always scared that
Yeah.
like if I like have a like a water or something like that like there's alcohol in it and like I'll start feeling weird and like worried that like I'll
Mm.
get contact high and stuff like that. Like I'm just scared, man. Like that's why I hate the smell of
Yeah.
weed so much is because whenever I can smell weed, I always feel like I'm close enough to get contact high, even though I know that I'm probably
Man, that
not. But
sucks.
like
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
I no. I mean, I get I get so paranoid when I'm on, so I get it.
and we live in California, so it smells like weed everywhere.
Dude, I went to the gym today. It smelled like weed in there.
Yeah, it smells like
It
weed
usually,
everywhere in
it
this
usually
hoe.
doesn't, but
It
it
literally
smelled
almost
like
always smells like
someone was
weed
smoking.
everywhere anywhere you go. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not complaining. I love living in California, but damn, bro. Like, do that shit somewhere else, please. Get some
Yeah.
ventilation up in this bitch. Like for the love of Mother
Bro,
Mary and
can someone
Joseph,
turn the
dude.
fan on in California?
Dead ass.
Bro,
Like, bro, can we get this shit? That
actually, the
reminds me
weather hasn't
actually.
been too
It
bad
was
lately, but
so hot in Minnesota.
the weather here has actually it hasn't been too bad.
You
We had one.
forget
We had like,
how bad humidity is, man.
bro, I that's why like it was actually in Hawaii when I went in January. It wasn't even terrible. It definitely was like humid, but now that it's July, it's gonna be July when I'm going, and I'm like, doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, man. So
Especially,
it's like 50-60% humid in Minnesota and it was like
yes.
93-94 degrees.
Oh my
And our
god,
activities were outside.
man, that
I actually had to go
sounds
in the car
painful.
for a bit cuz I started to feel sick.
Yeah. Dude, that's why like like how do people live in like Florida?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, dude, I swear there's like a mutation like gene
It's the
that
X gene but
people
just for
inherit from
Florida.
Florida, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It's no, like and actually though cuz I don't know how they do it. Yeah, man. I mean that
No, I
shit's
mean maybe not even
brutal.
because there's worse places. Like there's worse
Like
places in
bro,
the
how
world than
people
Florida.
living in
Like
Mongolia?
how do people live in like Brazil
How
or
about
like
Mongolia,
the
bro?
Amazon?
I don't know shit about Mongolia. I'm just saying shit now.
Mongolia. I think
Mongolia,
Mongolia is actually fairly temperate.
probably. I don't know. I just named a country that I thought sounded
Yeah,
fun.
I like that. I like that out of you.
Yeah. Um.
I'm back at the surface now.
Yeah.
I didn't really find much.
I'm doing that as well.
Yeah, I'm back at the
I
base
was
now.
building the
Actually,
staircase. I made it almost the whole way up, but not quite. We're gonna have to extend the roof by one.
yeah. Especially because the island also that we're going to in Hawaii, we're gonna be on the windward side.
I remember
So
learning about that
it's
shit in geology. about the windward
Hell
side.
yeah.
I don't remember which one is
So it actually,
the
I
good
mean,
part.
debate because it's gonna be like raining pretty much the
I
entire
hate
time.
that. I hate tropical rain. I'm not gonna lie. I hate that shit.
I mean, when I went in January, like the rain that was happening there, it was like light. It was
Yeah.
never really like a problem.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
we were on the leeward side, and we only went to the windward side like twice.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Anyways, guys, that was it was a big venting sesh, man. Like
yeah,
Among Us.
this is a bit of a serious episode.
This was a bit of a serious
We
episode. I
didn't
mean,
make that many
not even like
jokes.
serious, but just we're actually talking
Yeah,
about shit.
yeah. Um, how to this is how to lock in. You quit your job, and you play Sims 4 all day. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. On God.
Nah, but I'm trying to actually like. I need to DM Eric Thornhalley, bro. Fuck. I need to say Eric, I'm ready.
Yo, Rick. Yo,
Yo,
Ricky.
Eric.
Yo, Ricky Stanicky. What's going
Yo,
on?
Eric. I'm ready.
Okay, bye, guys.